snowy morning. I'm here in mid-Michigan at the Cape Palmer Wildlife Sanctuary in Jackson County. We're along the Sandstone Creek over here, and this morning we're going to do some hiking with the Canon PowerShot SD750, an old Digicam from 2007. It was my second ever digital camera, and I took this thing everywhere with me. Road trips across country, family vacations, and right up until about 2010 when I bought my first Canon DSLR, this was my camera. And it's a little beat up these days, but it still works great. And so we're gonna take it out and show the wildlife sanctuary on a beautiful snowy morning here in Michigan with the Canon SD750. Let's go. Now the nice thing about these little point and shoots, as we used to call them, they're called Digicams now, I guess, is that they're so small and light that you can just throw them in your pocket and carry them around anywhere with you. I've got lots of pockets in my coat here. I could carry a couple, you know, if I wanted to. This particular PowerShot comes from 2007. It has a 7.1 megapixel sensor, CCD, and 35 to about 110 focal range. On a very tiny sensor. The sensor is about as big as your pinky nail. It's a very small point and shoot sensor. But you know, I relied on this camera for years and years to be my camera, and it shot out west scenes and New England scenes and even everyday scenes so well for me for so many years. And again, it's just a great little pocket camera to carry with you wherever you go. You can throw it in anywhere and be ready to go. So. Hopefully the sun's going to come out here in a minute, and I think the scene will really light up and be very pretty. So let's keep going. What I love about this little PowerShot is the giant screen on the back. It's like a 3-inch LCD screen. It's almost up to snuff with modern day LCDs. I mean, the quality isn't as good, and the resolution isn't as good, but it was such a cool thing to have back in 2007, 2008 when I was using this camera. Was a nice bright back of the camera viewfinder that let me see everything. And it does this focusing thing where it looks around and it tries to find a focus point. A little green square appears over where it's going to focus, and then you can take your shot. So sometimes you have to kind of move it around to get what you want to focus on just perfect, but it's so great to see like a nice live view on the back of this camera, much like we do today. Sun's coming out. This will be nice. shout out to the weather this morning. It's a beautiful snowy morning. We had a big snowstorm come through Michigan last night here in about the middle of January, and it's nice to see some snow on the ground. We don't get it so much like we used to, especially when I was a kid. You know, with climate change, we don't have the winters like we used to. It's usually cloudy and rainy and you know, not so cold, but this is nice. This is nice to see. And you know, a bit of the river is frozen right now, but don't let that trick you. I've already fallen in once today. Well, thank you for joining me to talk about this little Canon PowerShot this morning. You can pick these up almost anywhere. There's tons of little PowerShot cameras from the early to mid 2000s. You could probably go into a thrift store right now and pick one up for 25, 50 bucks. These go for anywhere from like 50 to 100 online for the nicer versions. Of course, mine is a little beat up, so it probably won't get much money now, but I'm gonna hang on to this. You know, you never know when you might need just a little pocketable camera to take around with you and grab some quick shots. I still take it to family events and birthday parties and that kind of thing. So thanks again for joining me from here in snowy Michigan, and we'll see you on the next one.